You see, talking isn't just about making sounds with your mouth. It's an art form. From ancient philosophers to modern-day TED Talk legends, the best communicators have one thing in common. They know how to speak. And no, I don't mean just throwing words around like confetti at a party. I mean speaking with impact. You know that saying, a wise man speaks because he has something to say. A fool speaks because he has to say something. Yeah, that's what we're avoiding today. Throughout history, the greatest leaders weren't necessarily the strongest or wealthiest. They were the most effective communicators. From Cicero in ancient Rome to Martin Luther King Jr., those who mastered speech shaped our world. Psychologist Albert Mehrabian found that how we say something matters far more than what we actually say. In his renowned book, Silent Messages, he revealed that 93% of communication is nonverbal. I explained this in the previous video, Alpha Body Language. I will leave it in the pinned comment. Our tone, expressions, and body language speak volumes before our words do. Rule number 1, the power of a smile. Okay, first rule, smile when you talk. Why? Because a smile is like Wi-Fi for good vibes. It connects you instantly. Imagine you're at a coffee shop and the barista hands you your order with a scowl. Not great, right? Now imagine they smile and say, "Here you go, have a great day, you feel seen." That's what a smile does when you speak. It makes people feel comfortable. And when people feel comfortable, they listen. Bonus, it also makes you look more confident, even if you're internally panicking. Picture this, you're having a heated debate with someone. Your instinct, scowl, raise your voice, show them you mean business. But what if I told you the exact opposite approach works better? When you maintain a gentle smile even during disagreements, you're essentially telling the other person we're still good even if we disagree. Dr. Robert Cialdini, in his classic book, Influence: The Psychology of Persuasion, explains that smiling triggers a reciprocal response. People unconsciously want to smile back and feel more connected to you. And yes, I know what you're thinking, but what if I'm really angry? Trust me, that's precisely when you need that smile the most. Rule number 2, slow down. You're not in a rap battle. Ever talk to someone who speaks so fast you need subtitles in real life? Yeah, don't be that person. Speaking too quickly makes you sound nervous or like you're trying to sell me a used car. Instead, take your time. Pauses are powerful. They add drama. They make you sound thoughtful. They make people hang on to your every word. So, slow down, breathe, and own the conversation. Here's a little experiment for you. Next time you're in a noisy room and want someone's attention, try whispering instead of shouting. Weird, right? But watch how they lean in, focusing entirely on what you're saying. Speaking softly and slowly doesn't show weakness. It demonstrates confidence. Think about it. Who needs to shout? The person who's unsure if their words have value. The quiet, measured speaker is saying, my words are worth the effort it takes to hear them. Dr. Carol Dweck, pioneer in mindset psychology, points out in her book Mindset: The New Psychology of Success that genuine confidence comes not from volume, but from valuing your own thoughts enough to express them deliberately. Rule number 3, never play the victim card. The vulnerability shield, now here's where it gets counterintuitive. Most of us think showing strength means never revealing our struggles. But here's the truth, constantly complaining makes you appear weak, while selective vulnerability makes you appear strong. But wait, isn't that contradictory? Not at all. There's a massive difference between dumping negative energy on everyone you meet versus strategically sharing challenges with those closest to you. As Dr. Brené Brown explains in Daring Greatly, vulnerability isn't weakness, it's our greatest measure of courage. This one's a game changer. Don't be that person who constantly complains. Nobody likes a woe is me storyteller. Instead of dumping your problems on everyone like an emotional weather forecast, flip the script. People respect those who handle challenges with grace. You want to sound strong, not like a human rain cloud. Rule number 4, the gossip trap. Oh, the temptation of juicy gossip. It feels so good in the moment, doesn't it? Like you're part of some exclusive information club. But here's the psychological plot twist. When you gossip about others, your listeners aren't thinking, wow, they're so in the know. They're thinking, I wonder what they say about me when I'm not around. According to Dr. Nicholas Emler's research at the University of Surrey, people who frequently gossip are perceived as less trustworthy and competent, regardless of how entertaining their stories might be. Talking about people behind their backs doesn't make you interesting, it makes you untrustworthy. Trust me, if you gossip, people will assume you gossip about them too. Instead, talk about ideas, funny stories, or, I don't know, literally anything else that doesn't involve dragging someone's reputation through the mud. Rule number 5, confidence. Fake it till you make it. Here's a mind-bending hack. If you don't feel confident speaking, pretend you are. Your body can't tell the difference between real and simulated confidence. This isn't just fake it till you make it. It's what psychologists call embodied cognition. Dr. Amy Cuddy's famous research, detailed in her book Presence, shows that assuming confident postures for just 2 minutes raises testosterone and lowers cortisol in your bloodstream, literally changing your body chemistry to match your pose. So stand up straight, make eye contact, and speak as if you're already the confident person you want to be. Nobody is born with unshakable confidence. Even the most charismatic speakers had to fake it at some point. So if you feel nervous, pretend you're confident. Stand tall, make eye contact, and act like you know exactly what you're talking about, even if you're mentally Googling your own words. The magic? Eventually it becomes real. Rule number 6, be a listener, not a verbal machine gun. You know what's even more powerful than speaking? Listening. Yep, turns out people love good listeners. This is the plot twist in our speech mastery journey. The most powerful speakers are often the best listeners. Think about it. What makes you feel more valued? Someone waiting for their turn to speak, or someone genuinely absorbing what you're saying? Active listening, where you truly focus on understanding rather than responding, creates a magnetic quality in your conversations. Dr. Marshall Rosenberg, in his transformative book Nonviolent Communication, found that people who feel genuinely heard are dramatically more receptive to your ideas afterward. Ever noticed how the most charming people in the room aren't the ones talking the most? They're the ones who make others feel heard, ask questions, nod, engage, and for the love of good conversations, don't interrupt. Rule number 7. Body language is half the conversation. Imagine someone telling you they're happy while crossing their arms and frowning. Not buying it, right? Your body speaks just as loudly as your words. Stand tall, use hand gestures wisely, and make sure your face doesn't look like you just smelled something terrible when someone's talking to you. Rule number 8, less is more. Ever met someone who just would not stop talking? Don't be that person. Keep your points sharp, your words clear, and your stories short enough that people actually want to hear more. A little mystery goes a long way. Rule number 9, be bold, but not a jerk. Honesty is key, but let's not confuse being straightforward with being rude. There's a fine line between confidence and arrogance. Speak your mind, but also don't be that person who acts like a human bulldozer. Be bold, but be kind. Rule number 10, put yourself in their shoes. Before you respond to someone, ask yourself, if I were in their position, how would I want to be spoken to? This little trick can save you from awkward situations, unnecessary arguments, and that awful feeling of saying something you regret 5 minutes later. So, speaking well isn't just about using big words or sounding smart. It's about connection. It's about making people feel valued, understood, and engaged. Master this, and you'll be the person everyone wants to talk to. All right. Now it's your turn. Which of these tips do you think will help you the most? Drop a comment below and let's talk about it.